before we start today's show, today we want to give a big shout out to Buzz TV. Man, Buzz TV has some really good devices, man. Like this last year, they've come up with some good stuff, and this new year, I'm excited to see what they got.
Yo, it's going to be straight fire. Some devices and features, because I don't want to say one or the other. With Buzz TV, it's hand in hand. They've dropped some fire devices and some amazing features that are always taking things to the next level.
So don't forget to check out the description below.
No matter where you guys are listening, watching, whatever from, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, that like, drop us a comment, and the reviews actually help us a great deal. If you're looking to do anything for us in this year coming and beyond, the reviews help other viewers like yourself find this podcast and enjoy it as well. So thank you guys. And with all that being said, let's start the show.
Yeah. We are live.
You sure?
I have no idea what the hell's going on anymore.
You had it, and then you lost it. Like, you had it. I saw it. It was right there.
I had no idea what's going on anymore. Welcome to the shit show. How's everybody doing today? We got a lot of crap happening, a lot of streaming freaking breaking news. Yeah, before we get in this, I want to tell you, over the weekend, did I send you the picture of the pizza, the breakfast pizza that I've made?
No.
I haven't. I'm going to send it to you right now on the show. So there's this breakfast pizza that I've been doing, and it's supposed to be pretty healthy. It's like under 300 calories, I believe it is. But there's like a really low calorie, high protein and fiber tortilla. It's like 50 calories, I think it is.
Yeah.
And okay, so the way you do it is you put 5 or 6 pepperonis on the pan. These are turkey pepperonis, so they're very low in calories versus regular pepperoni.
Yeah.
And then on top, here's a picture. Here you go. On top, you put some. So okay, you put the pepperoni. I'm giving everybody a recipe here. Just in case anybody's interested. There's the pizza. This is a breakfast pizza. So you put the pepperonis down. Give it a second because the pepperoni is a little bit like wavy, so you have to give it a second until it cooks a little bit, and then it comes down. Then you put a little bit of oil, and as soon as the pepperoni starts moving, because it moves pretty quick, then you put in the egg right away. And you put the egg, like you have to crack the eggs first, 2 eggs, and then mix them around. There you go. Mix them around, and then you put the egg on top, so that way it pushes the pepperoni back down. Once you're done, you probably don't see this in the picture, but I cut little so cherry tomatoes, the little tiny tomatoes.
Yeah.
I slice them up, and then I mix it in there within the yolk as it's cooking. And then I'll put a little bit of parsley, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I put the tortilla on top. So I typically have, what I do is I have a little a spatula to flip it over. I'll push it down with the spatula. I'll give it about maybe a minute. It doesn't take that long. And then I'll try to slide it around to see if it's moving. And then I'll move the spatula underneath to see if nothing's breaking, the egg and stuff, If it is, I'll just leave it there for another extra minute. And then I'll flip it over. On the flip, the tortilla is now on the bottom. And as you see the picture right there, the egg and the pepperonis on top, I'll throw a little bit of more parsley. I'll throw like a pinch of cheese, not too much cheese. And if you have any peppers, I'll put peppers in there too. Like, those little pizza peppers.
Yeah.
So this is under 300 calories. If you want to put a little bit of pizza sauce, you could, but honestly, this by itself, just like that, tastes delicious. So this is what I did. I went to put the tortilla in, and I went to push it down, right? Well, when I put my hand in to push it down, the side of the pan, check it out, burnt me.
Burned yourself. Why'd you do that?
So, yeah, I've been in pain ever since. But it's okay. I'll survive. So I don't cook, man. I hate cooking. Like, honestly, I just, no. Don't do it. Period. And I know some women like it when the men cook, but no. Please.
I like cooking. I'm not always the best at it. I just want to eat sometimes, so I get frustrated because I'm like, this is taking too long.
Men are not men. Well, most men, not all men. Most men are just not made to cook. One, we suck at it. Two, we burn shit. Three, we don't have patience at all. We just want to eat now. So, yeah. Anyway, before the ladies get all mad at me, like, you should cook too. Oh, I did. Look what happened. So, here's an interesting thing I wanted to share with you. And it's actually very, very interesting. Ooh, people are going to get excited right now. Hold on. I think where are you? I know Elias is one of the dudes that listens to our podcast and always asks me like, hey, can you get me a PlayStation? Well, I could. So I'm sending him the link. PlayStation's live right now. PS5 is live now. And they're having a big stock this morning, by the way. Okay. So link sent. There you go. So check this out, dude. Netflix and Hulu score a victory against tax in Nevada. Yeah. Against a taxation in Nevada. So a federal judge got persuaded that the streamers aren't video service providers under a new franchise fee law. So there's a fee that Nevada wants to add on top of Netflix, Hulu. I know, didn't we talk about this just recently? That maybe it's in Canada or something, that there's like an extra type of fee if you're gonna get like Netflix or something that they're putting on top of it. I forget where it was, but
I don't think they were charging taxes before, and then they started charging taxes, and people were like, "What's this?" But like in Canada, everything has taxes, so Canadians don't usually say shit. So it is what it is. I think I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
Yeah. So Netflix and Hulu somehow convinced a federal judge that they are more than just a video service provider. Apparently that's very important because a ruling last week on Friday will allow Netflix and Hulu to skip this lawsuit demanding the streamers to pay the type of fee imposed on cable operators. So the suit came from the city of Reno, and this is not Las Vegas. Reno is north of Nevada. It's very far north of Nevada. It's at the top. It's crazy. It's like Nevada's like way at the top, and Vegas is way at the bottom, way opposite. And is one of about 24 lawsuits around the country on the subject of franchise fees. So towns and cities once collected a portion of revenue from cable companies needing to dig up the ground and lay their lines. So that was a fee that they were collecting because they had to dig.
Yeah, physical shit.
Yeah, and it's funny because some people were like, what the hell is this tax for? What's this tax for? What's that tax for? You got to look into the details, why it's there. Sometimes it's a little bit vague when you Google it, but you'll find it. So we're in this cord cutting era. The question arises whether local I can't even say this word, may impose fees on services that are now feeding movies and TV shows to the citizens, to the people. The people. Sound like The Rock now. The people did it for the people.
He has a movie coming out soon.
Huh?
He has a movie coming out soon.
He always has a movie coming out soon. So what this entails is complicated analysis on everything from the First Amendment to the Internet Tax Freedom Act. Federal statute designed to prevent local taxes on electronic commerce, which is interesting. Until now, Netflix and Hulu have been suffering a losing streak in court, but they finally won one. Yeah, they've been in the courts for quite some time now with a lot of stuff. So it looks like, people aren't going to be doing it. The city of Reno was saying that Netflix and Hulu weren't offering video services as part of a larger service. Netflix doesn't offer an email service, for example. The city argued that since these were paid services, the Vice content didn't come via the public internet. So the judge rejected that. He's like, no dice, dude.
What's with these small little cities that are trying to do like big federal moves?
Or Reno's the capital of, I think Reno's the capital of Nevada.
But I'm just saying, like, Netflix and Hulu and all these things are like global companies. We've got these little municipalities that are coming and be like, we don't like you. Give us more money.
I can't say that word. Municipalities. Meniscus? I don't know. This is okay. So that way you guys understand. Everybody understands. And this is interesting. I don't know if you knew about this. I'll share some history right here. Did you know every single state does not have to follow the federal law? Let that one sink in. And I know there's going to be people saying that's not true because you can get arrested and get a federal charge. That is true. Yes. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. The legal drinking age is 21, right? Well, in the States, it's 21. But this is what something interesting is. This is history. Back when they were doing all the whole laws and everything, back in the 1920s, or when they're doing prohibition and all that crap, maybe even before that. But when they're posting laws, I think it was during the prohibition when it ended. One of the federal laws that came out that went to every single state, the state was asking for money, saying we need money to fix our roads, and they're just like, "Why are you looking at us for? You're not getting the federal funds."
Yeah,
they're like, "You want federal funds? Guess what?" And they actually did this, and every single state complied. When the state said, no, we will not put... Dude, there's some states that legal drinking age was 16.
What?
Yeah. 16, bro. Some places had it at 19. Some places had it at 25. It depends of where you were at in the United States. Everybody had something different. So when they were asking, like some of these states were like, we're not going to follow your federal law of the drinking age being 21. Like, whatever, screw you, hippies. So the federal at this point said, cool, you guys want us to fix your roads? You guys got to comply with the 21 and over. Okay. Everybody, all 50 states. Okay. It's and here's a really good example, and not getting too political or with the whole COVID thing, but you know, when the president, when President Trump said, "Hey, everybody's got to wear masks," and you know, we're going to shut down, and then people, it's funny because governors were saying we don't have a king in office. The president cannot tell us what to do. We govern our own states. We could do whatever the hell we want to do, which is true. But when push comes to shove and the state needs something at the federal level, at the federal level, they could just go like this. Actually, for those people who are listening, you couldn't see my finger.
Fuck off.
That's what the federal level could do at that point. And say, hey, you need help, guess what? You need the military, you need this, you need, guess what? No. So
you close your doors, and your doors are closed.
Yeah, well, the federal will come down and bang those doors down. They're like, cool, you need us up for something, guess what? Now we need something in return. This whole thing with Netflix and Hulu and the state of Reno, what's going to end up happening is this is going to end up being some kind of federal law. And this. I remember we talked about this back in January, how they were trying to sneak into the COVID bill about streaming and copyrights and all that stuff. And they were trying to make it a federal offense. The reason for that is because every state governs in a different way. They're trying to make it the same across the board, across the entire United States. But you get places like Reno that want to do that. They're just money hungry. They're like, hey, we want our fees if you guys are going to be operating here. But the thing is that they don't have a ground to stand to say, like, you're not allowed to operate here. You know what I mean? It's not like they can make Netflix and Hulu illegal to have in Nevada.
No, they can't.
You know, it'll for that to happen, it would need to be a drastic lawsuit battle that would happen. Like it would be huge if that went to play. You know what I mean? Almost like gambling. Like you can't gamble in most of the states. Mm-hmm. These guys would be like, well, I guess you can't stream in this state, which I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know. Okay, did you want me to see this?
Let's see. It's not necessarily streaming related, but I thought it was kind of interesting because I've never heard of it. I have a feeling it's not available in Canada, and I wanted to see if you use it in the States. Because I know a lot of people are going to be looking into stuff like the new Firesticks coming out and stuff like that, but apparently there's a rewards program with Amazon.
Let's see. Free no rush shipping. Well, we kind of already had this. We have this already. We've had this already before.
But so you get rewards?
Yeah. So what this is, you get okay, so what Next Level is talking about is with Amazon, most people here in the States, they kind of know this already. When you guys choose to check out and it says, when do you want it delivered? And there's like a no rush option. And then you get like rewards for the pantry or groceries and stuff. Huh. They'll give you like a couple bucks. And every single time you do a delivery, you get this option where it's a no rush. And it sometimes takes like a week or 2 weeks. And you can rack it up pretty quick. Like if you're constantly on Amazon, you can wrap that up pretty quickly. But I don't know if you guys have the grocery stuff up there in Canada or the pantry.
Not so much, like a little bit, but not like the perishable stuff yet.
Yeah, maybe that's why you guys don't have it up there.
Maybe I saw it and I was like, "Is this a thing?" So I was like, "I'm going to ask you."
Yeah,
that's really it. Like that, I just wanted to know about it.
Oh, I thought you wanted to react. You wanted me to react on this Batman thing you posted up here.
Oh, there was the Batman thing too. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So there's a new Batman coming out. I hope but I don't think it's going to be the same thing. So this, for instance, Superman and Lois, I really didn't think I was going to like it. I really, really didn't think I was going to like it, but they surprised me, and it's not the typical rinse and repeat. So I really hope that they give us something fresh with this new Batman that's coming out.
Is it a TV show?
Yeah, so it's a TV show that's going to be an HBO Max spin-off series. It's going to be centered on the Penguin.
The Batman is reporting getting a second HBO Max. What's the first? What's the first one?
I have no idea. I didn't watch it.
I don't know. It's like, okay, I'll say this. DC movies have been doing pretty good for the first season, for the most part. Season 2 comes around, and it feels like a filler, where the story is still decent. It's not as good as the first. And there's a middle section where it's just, it flatlines, where it's just kind of like, then it kind of ramps up again. If there's a season 3 and beyond, it is kind of like, okay, what are we doing? This is the same exact thing you did the last couple seasons, the first 2 seasons. Like DC Legends of Tomorrow, it started great.
Did, yes.
And then season 2 happened. It's just like, okay, we're adding new characters from other TV shows and that were coming in and out. Cool. Season 3 started, then it started to, I don't know, it just started to steer away of what made it great. And then after that, like right now they're in, I don't know, season 6, I think it is. It's kind of like, can we be done? Like, dude, it's not fun anymore. It's just kind of like,
it becomes a little bit more, I want to say the word torturesome.
Yeah.
Because not only are you like, can you be done? Because you can't be done with it because you might be interested in one show that's still actually running. But in order for you to keep fully up to date with this one, once a week, you got to go over to like this one to find out what's going on with these characters.
It's insane. I'm kind of like just over it. Like DC has a they've been taking it into a really weird direction. I don't know. For me personally, I'm just done with it now. Supergirl, it's kind of like the same thing. They're trying to really stretch a little bit, and I'm almost glad this is the end. Flash, I kind of wish this was the end for Flash. Oh, you know what they should have done? Wait, am I missing one? Okay, Superman and Lois is great, but this is also season 1.
This is true.
This is also season 1. So you're learning like a lot of cool stuff about their kids and what they're doing. But I really hope it doesn't become a filler season 2 or a filler for season 3, which it's kind of heading in that direction already.
I kind of have, what I would like to see is it to focus on the other kid next season.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see.
I hope but see, I have mixed feelings about that too. I really do. Like, I hope they do focus on the other kid, and they do, and maybe he comes with some kind of powers of some sorts. But I just feel like it's going to be more of a rinse and repeat based on what happened in season 1. They just going to change the story a little bit. I'm trying to think of Batwoman. Oh man,
Couldn't do it.
Okay, with the white girl that was there, it was okay the first season, and it kind of was starting to like get old with the whole sister thing, like because it was just over and over and over and over and over. Now with the new actress, she's okay, but it feels like the same thing as the first. It's just kind of like, like, dude, I'm I'm done with this. I don't know. For me, I'm done with Batwoman. I know Doom Patrol, Paw Patrol is coming back, so we'll see how that goes. But you know what? Honestly, I'm trying to think. Am I missing another show? DC, Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, Batwoman, Supergirl, Flash,
Legends. Yeah, you got that.
Superman, Lois, Supergirl. Oh, not Supergirl. Stargirl.
Stargirl.
I like the first season of Stargirl.
Did you start watching the second season?
No,
I started to.
I'm not there yet. I really hope they start forming that group. I know they started to add a couple characters into it to form the original group. I really do. I hope they go full fledged with that group and they replace everybody who was in the original group with the now group.
Right.
Titans, Teen Titans.
People say it's good. I have never watched it.
The first season was great, and then it started to go off the hinges a little bit. I don't know where they're going to go with it. I don't know. Okay, so here's my thing. What they should have done. Remember that episode where they had Arrow and they had everybody Afterworlds? Is that what it's called?
Afterworld. I'm not sure.
Oh, Black Lightning's over too. That's the other one I was thinking of.
Black Lightning, yeah.
I'm glad Black Lightning's done.
How many seasons did that run? 2, 3?
Too many. 4, I think, maybe.
Oh, wow. Shots fired.
Dude, it's just like it's the same freaking crap. And then of course they leave it with the cliffhanger, but I'm glad they just ended it. It's like, dude, be done. No, what is that one where they had all the characters from all the movies get together and they were traveling like this multiverse thing and they were like trying to save all the multiverses. I forget what episode, Afterworld or Neverworld. I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyway, they had all the characters get together and they were all helping each other and fighting each other. You know what they should do? Literally end Supergirl and throw her over with Superman and Lois. Put her in that show. The whole thing with Arrow.
But not every day.
I think every day. I think every day. I think what they need to do is they need to have every episode Supergirl over there. I really do. With what's it called? I think what they need to do with the Flash, they need to do a whole revamp of DC Legends of Tomorrow. And they need to put in people like the Flash, Diggle, some of the characters from Teen Titan, the new Robin. Like put some of these bigger name characters into DC Legends of Tomorrow.
I feel like they should do it like a chapter book where they're like the Flash, but then put it as like another character underneath. Like, let's say, I don't know, the hell's that girl's name? His daughter, let's say.
Nora,
whatever her Flash name is, I can't remember right now for some reason.
No, but because they did that already.
But don't, like, I don't know. Like when they focus on the main character over and over again, they seem to bleed it dry. Like I feel like it needs to be filmed from a different angle completely.
I can kind of see that. That's kind of what Teen Titans did a little bit. I don't know. I think what they need to do is they need to like hash the whole DC Legends of Tomorrow, add these new characters, and then have one more season and be done. Like, I don't know. DC just needs to be done. I'm more excited about Marvel with what they're doing now because so far every show that they've done so far has been great.
All right, so I have to ask you then, because I know you've been waiting to talk about this. What if? Because I know cartoons is not your thing. Animations is not your thing. And I was actually surprised that you watched the first 5 episodes. Because you did. So as of right now for this recording, there's only been 5 episodes of What If that's been released. And Rojas and I have watched all 5. Wow.
So I have mixed feelings with the actual animation part of it, like how they're doing it. Um, it's good and bad at the same time. They're trying to make it seem like someone's with a pen drawing this stuff and making it like a comic book, but more of a new age versus old age. They don't want it cartoonish, but it is animated. So I kind of have mixed feelings on it. I kind of think like, okay, cool. I get it. You're trying to tell a story with it. And I think I'm starting to get more used to how this animation is.
Okay.
Personally, I love the stories.
Oh.
I think what they're doing is, and I've actually heard several people saying like, "What if sucks?"
Really?
I've heard subscribers say it, like in our chats, like, "Dude, what if is horrible?" I'm just like,
I found some episodes a little bit more boring than others. I'm not gonna lie.
I would say a little bit more boring than others for sure. I would agree. It's kind of like,
okay, hold on. For anyone who's listening, what is Marvel What If?
Yeah. What if?
What is it?
What is What If?
Yeah, what is What If?
What If is a comic book series that came out several decades ago about pretty much multiverses. Like, what if something happened where it didn't normally happen? So, for example, what if Spider-Man wasn't there that got bit and it was Mary Jane that got bit? Now she becomes the Spider-Man. And Peter Parker continues as a photographer, as a normal human photographer. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like if one little situation changes,
how does it affect the whole multiverse or whatever? How
do their lives change, the timeline? How does that whole thing change? And the thing is that there's multiple scenarios of what something could happen. For example, what if Peter Parker's uncle doesn't get shot?
Right.
What if Aunt May is the one that takes that drive and gets shot? What if Peter Parker actually got that money and the robber never came? And it's literally like it doesn't have to be like a superpower. It could be like just one little thing that is so significant within these people's lives. So I think here's one that I was just like freaking the hell out. They had an episode, and if this is going to be a spoiler now for the next like 5 minutes, so if you got to tune away. But there is an episode where Peggy Carter becomes Captain America, and Captain America pretty much becomes the Iron Man.
Yeah.
And that's because Iron Man's dad is there and builds him a suit. So Peggy Carter at the end is fighting a demon monster with tentacles, looks like a giant squid. And at the end of it, she chops some of the tentacles off, and then the portal closes, and then she's back into her reality. But they didn't show her going into the reality. They didn't show how big this thing was. Nothing. It was just, here's all these tentacles, and she's like, oh my gosh. And then, yeah. There's another episode where Doctor Strange is fighting the exact same thing. And this Doctor Strange, there's a split version of him. There's a good version and a super bad freaking Mephisto version.
Yeah.
This guy looked like a Mephisto several times, and I'm just like, holy crap. Wait a minute.
For sure.
The thing with this monster is that this is a monster that does appear for Doctor Strange in comic books. Every now and then it appears against the Avengers or against X-Men or other characters. But it's a common one because it's a demonic entity, and how Strange battles that other realm of stuff with magic and stuff. I was kind of like thinking like, yeah, I was thinking like, I wonder if this has to do with Multiverse of Madness, because let's be real with this. at the end of Loki, there was all these timelines that split. And when Loki came back to the timeline, they're just like, "Who are you? We don't know who you are." Like they have no idea who he was, and he was already in a different multiverse. But within the what if episodes, these what ifs is what's happening within this split that Loki is experiencing. These are all different stories, and we actually saw one of those realities with that Doctor Strange episode that got destroyed. And the Watcher came up and said, it's funny because the Watcher never intervenes.
Never.
But he came in, said something, and then said, goodbye.
Goodbye. Peace out. 8-Town down.
And then that multiverse turned into a gem.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, what the hell is that? Is it's not an Infinity Stone, but what is it? I think it has to do with some kind of powers, and I think it's going to unleash something later in one of the movies. I think what they're doing, if you just watch the stories and take the animation out, because that's what I have to do, because I'm just like, I'm not for the cartoons, but that's why it's growing on me. I'm listening to the stories, and I'm just like, how does this match with what's currently happening in the movies? And I find it very interesting because some of the stuff is already starting to connect slowly. Right now, it's connecting within the what ifs. And at the same time, there's a couple things from the actual movies that is referencing a couple things, and it picks it up right away. So, I don't know.
I have a quote.
Yeah.
It says, before all was, I was. Before time was, I waited. I fed on the screaming souls of the universe. I drank the spoiled milk of dead stars. I am the emptiness outside all understanding. I am Shuma Gorath. Shuma Gorath is that tentacle guy that you're talking about. Pretty sure.
For a while.
With the big eye and the tentacles.
It's going to be interesting to see how he comes into play somehow, because he's already been referenced twice. He's the only character that has been referenced twice so far within these movies. So we'll see. Okay. Shang-Chi.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, opening night. I told you I was going to the drive-thru.
I didn't go yet.
Oh, come on, dude. Come on.
I didn't go yet. But Preppy and I have been spending time watching all of the Marvel movies up to it. So, yeah.
Damn, see, I can't even have this conversation with you. Get out.
Fine then. Bye.
Fine. You're like... Oh, here we go. So, Shang-Chi. I can't start talking about Shang-Chi now. Dude, there's so many references in freaking Shang-Chi and Shang-Chi. Oh. I'm on a whole other level of disappointment right now, dude.
I really want to watch it, but I want to take Preppy with me, but I couldn't have Preppy watch it and not have any context.
Dude. I can't even talk to you, damn it. This movie, man.
And from when we had the conversations with I Just Watched, this was like on the top of my list.
Yeah, I know. And we were talking about it going the same damn weekend. I'm like, cool. With our streaming episode, we're going to talk about it. Damn it.
Right, but I can't, like I said, I want to take Preppy to it. But I can't take Preppy if she's never watched one of the other movies.
Okay, this is all I'm going to say. I'm going to say two things. The first thing is, I made a comment saying every movie that comes out has been getting better and better and better. Up until there was one point after, I think it was Avengers 3. I think Avengers 3 was like the peak where Thanos wins. I was like, ooh, this is the ending that nobody wanted and happened. freaking awesome. And they killed everybody. It actually happened. Like you see them die. It's crazy. That's the ending that nobody wanted. And people were pissed. People were cussing. They were like, this is the stupidest. That. I'm like, dude, if you're this mad, they did exactly what they wanted to do. Now, ever since that movie, every single movie that has come out after and TV shows after, I cannot say it is better than that movie.
Right.
It is different. The other thing I could say is, because I kept saying like, dude, when Iron Man 1 came out, good movie. Iron Man 2, better. Captain America 1, awesome. Thor 1, amazing. Avengers 1, holy crap. It was just like every movie was just getting better and better and better and better and better and better up until Avengers 3, where it was like, this is the best so far. And then it was like, dude, this movie's amazing. I don't know if it's better than the last one, but it's freaking amazing. And I kept saying that over and over and over. I get to Shang-Chi, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is better or best or top 3 or what.
Oh,
but
shit.
I'm like, this is a badass movie.
Really?
Yeah. This is a badass movie. It's so different, and there's so many references, and it ties in so many things. I'm like, I didn't think I was gonna love it the way I did. I didn't think it was gonna be as good as I thought it was gonna be. I just thought it was gonna be another movie that was gonna be slightly different from the rest. I don't know if it was gonna be able to live up to everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, I was like, as soon as it's on Disney Plus, I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah,
I have to. I'm like, this movie was great. So here's the second thing I'm gonna say: Shang-Chi did an amazing job in the box office, and I know with Black Widow, it was like, oh my gosh, week 2 it dropped, blah 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 blah. Shang-Chi dropped too. Week 2, Shang-Chi dropped. This is what's happening. Everybody who's a hardcore who says, I don't give a what about COVIDs, they're going to go watch the damn movie if they want to. It doesn't matter where, they're going to go watch it if they want to. After that, most of the hardcore people have already watched it. So everybody who's going to watch it on week 2, the thing is, here's the mindset process that Scarlett Johansson has to think about. Because I know she just shot herself in the foot, and I hope she works it out with Disney later down the road. I know right now everything's just too touchy of a subject. It's like, dude, you're one of the freaking executive directors for the movie Black Widow, which means you're making money from the Disney Plus app, from box office, from DVD sales, from restreamer. You're going to be making money no matter what. You're the highest paying female in Hollywood. You're the highest paying actor, 2019 and 2020. It's like, shut the fuck up, sit down, make your money, and calm down, dude. You're making millions and millions and millions and millions, probably billions of dollars a year. I don't know. I don't feel bad for freaking actors and actresses that are making this much money, and they're freaking driving their cars. They have like a different car for every week for the month. Fuck you. I'm tired of that shit, dude. There's people out there that actually need money, and they're struggling paycheck to paycheck, and yet you're making this amount of money. No, I know. Screw you, hippie. So it's a whole other conversation that we can get into, but I know you're like, I literally, this is where I took it.
The next level.
Rohan.
I went Rohan mode.
Finish him.
So Shang-Chi suffered also. They did make a lot of money, but they did suffer a little bit on week 2. But that's the thing. We're living in a different world right now. We are living in a different world right now. And I think what if these actors or actresses are really mad about this money because they're just like, oh my gosh, I only made $30 million from this one film. If they're really that mad, I think what they need to do is, with Shang-Chi, for example, let it be in movie theaters for a month. Let's say a solid month. As soon as month 2 comes around, throw it as a digital purchase to stream early access on Disney Plus and give them, I don't know, 4%, 5%, whatever. Just give them a small little cut on it. They're going to get that cut anyway. Dude, when they make these toys and stuff like that, they make cuts off of these sales. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, give them a little cut. It's like, but the thing is that everybody has to be aware. We're living in a different world right now. And if you're going to be that eager to be like, I need to make this money now, you're not going to get too many jobs. And then next thing you know, it's going to be like, oh, I remember that I remember Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, I remember her. And it's going to be one of those shows that where are they now? You know? I don't know. My 2 cents, Shang-Chi, I think, was a great movie. They did pretty good on opening night, and then it dropped. That's all I got to say about that. Any words you got on that one?
On that one, you know, sometimes widows get forgotten.
Oh. Dude,
Oh my god, that was harsh. I'm sorry, I take that back.
You need to go watch Shang-Chi already.
I know.
You need to go watch Shang-Chi already because it's
so
like
this weekend. Preppy and I will try to finish the rest of the Marvel universe. I got her all the way up to it's funny, I got her all the way up to Avengers, the first one, right? But it's funny because I realized that I've never watched the first Hulk. So I put it on to watch it and I was like, what the hell is this? And like I always heard that everyone was like the first Hulk was garbage, right? So I always thought the Incredible Hulk was the first one. No, there was one from like the 80s or 90s, or it felt like the 80s or 90s. And it was terrible, bro. Like, oh my God, it was bad.
That one don't count. You got to, like, you saw the Edward Norton one, right?
That's the Incredible Hulk, isn't it?
That one. Okay, the one before the Edward Norton one, I don't even want to call that anything.
Yeah, I was like, what is? I kept putting it on and taking it off. I'm like, this can't be it. And putting it on and then taking it off. I'm like, it's finding the wrong source.
It's just stupid. That movie, Edward Norton would have been great. But I'm really glad they got Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Ruffalo is just all around a better Hulk. And the way they did it, like Edward Norton, like you've seen him act in other movies and he does good. He's not bad, but the Incredible Hulk was good. Edward Norton is just, or I'm sorry, Mark Ruffalo is just better as a as a Hulk, you know. So, same thing with Don Cheetah. I don't know his last name. Don Cheetah, as what's his name? Rhodey.
Oh yeah.
War Machine.
Yeah, versus Cuba Goody Jr.
Well, not Cuba Goody Jr. The other guy, though. Yeah, I know what you mean, but
that's not Cuba. Who is that then?
No, it's not. It's not him. It looks like it. Maybe it's his dad. But no, the other guy was again same thing. It was okay, but it wasn't like this one, like Don Cheetah. He's just different and better. But check this out, dude.
Yeah.
Netflix movie screeners leak on pirate sites before the official premiere. Okay. So I know there's been lawsuits going on and there's been this whole pirate thing that's going everywhere, and people are just trying to stop it, and it's just not stopping, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And they just need to find a different avenue. So 2 Netflix movie screeners appeared online a few hours ago, way ahead of their planned date. And I'm not talking about like, oh, it just maybe it was ahead by a couple days. No, it was way ahead. You got them. Imagine if the Matrix comes out what, December? Right? December of 2021?
February, December, something like that.
February? No, it comes out this year.
Okay.
I want to say December. I don't know why I'm thinking November, but I want to say it's December of 2021. Imagine right now we're sitting in September. Imagine if Matrix, the new one, the official release gets leaked and it spreads like wildfire in September of 2021. I'll do you one even better. I know people are super stoked about Matrix, but I'll do you one even better. What if the new Spider-Man movie comes out in September of 2021 and Eternals in September 21 before they're supposed to come out later this year? Imagine that, dude. Imagine that. So 2 movies.
What are the movies?
So pirate release group Evo.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar.
And we've talked about these guys before.
We're familiar.
Published advanced copies of The Power of the Dog and The Guilty, which subsequently leaked online. The releases are not typical award screeners, but appeared to be film festival screeners instead. Sometimes these film festivals, though, make it to the big screen because of how good they are.
Well,
this is coming from Netflix, which means it's gonna be like it's not gonna be like it is a Netflix original, which means you know how Netflix had that movie that just came out, The Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt?
yeah.
Fucking great movie. If you haven't seen it, have you seen it?
Oh.
I'm gonna choke you.
Jeez. Damn.
This has gone physical, guys. Somebody send Next Level Bodyguard, please. Dude, okay, that's another movie you have to put on your list. It's a really good movie that is very similar to another movie called Elysium, I believe it is.
Okay.
Where they kind of repeat, except that it's not a repeat, but they explain it more as a time travel, and he actually does really, really good.
So my name is Next Level, and I don't actually watch a lot of movies and TV shows, but I've been a part of the streaming community for a while. However, I don't often indulge. My apologies.
Always taking it to the next level, damn it. So, yeah, this is very interesting. Now, the film. So here's the thing: even though these are film festival movies, this is why I say sometimes film festival movies will later on get on the big screen. And remember, these are Netflix originals. So check this out. This movies were supposed to come December 1st, and we're in September right now. So, you ready for this one?
Are you ready?
I was actually kind of excited to watch it. I've heard about these movies, and I actually was excited about it. So, The Power of the Dog. You ready for this? The actor and actress. The actor is Benedict Cumberbatch,
Oh shit. Cucumber's good.
which is Doctor Strange,
Yeah, he's good.
and the actress is Kirsten Dunst.
Wow, that Dunce is good too.
It's like, hold on a second. Film festival? Okay. So what they did was they did a early movie screen release for people to watch. They always do this months before it actually comes out. You know, with Marvel movies, they have the red carpet and they usually do it like a month. No, a week or two before it actually hits the screens.
About a week ago.
I used to go to I actually saw a couple movies before they came out on the big screen. And it's because I got invited to go see them, like at these places, you know. Sometimes they have only press, sometimes they have only reviewers, or they have actors and like certain people only. So they had it there. This Evo team, one of them or a group of them were there and got copies of it and ran. So here's a picture of them with them, which is kind of crazy. And it's funny too. Here's a link, and the link says Evo all over it. Very interesting here. Now with the other movie, The Guilty, it's out there, and it's supposed to come out next month in October. But I think what they're saying is we have it and we're going to leak it soon. But it's already been leaked. And they're even saying these movies appear early for possible Academy Award nominations.
Right. Because it has to be reviewed and, you know.
It's like, you're in a doggy dog world, man. What do you do?
Oh, that's right. We're entering screener season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, this is going to be really fun. So anybody who's familiar with the online streaming world will know that there are typically seasons, or if you don't, there are seasons in which things get released, right? And because we're getting into screener season, if this is true, then we don't necessarily have to wait for a digital release of something or a DVD release of something to get a better than cam quality version to stream online. I'm not condoning whatever you do on the interwebs. I'm just saying this is how shit works. So you could start to see some nicer qualities coming out before the actual DVD releases, Blu-ray releases, or the digital downloads.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Very interesting. Okay. Hulu's monthly prices is going to increase by $1. $1. It's going to make a lot of people holla.
Oh my God.
And this is as Disney is pushing their streaming bundle. So it seems like Hulu streaming plans that cost $1, it's gonna go up more than $1, or starting. I can't even say that right. Hulu's streaming plans cost $1 more starting on October 8th. There we go. I had to spit it out. Ad supported tier, it's gonna go to $6.99, where their ad free is $12.99. Now, they're talking about currently costs $13.99 per month. This is for the bundle, $13.99 per month with the ad-free Hulu, or $19.99 a month for the ad-supported Hulu. $19.99 is if you want ad-free.
How did they do a Uno reverse on us like this? I'm just saying, like, we all started off watching cable, paying for a cable subscription, and paying to watch advertisements. And then all of a sudden, Uno reverse, $6.99. You get to watch an advertisement.
It's so that way they could make the difference of the money. I don't know. I think when you see when you I'm trying to justify this, because from $6.99 a month to $12.99, yes, that is double. You are paying double to not get ads. But if I'm not looking at the whole big picture, I'm just looking for me as an individual. If I'm watching Hulu and I see an ad, they're going to make a cut. And sometimes that cut's very, very small. So they're going to have to see several cuts from me before they could make that $6.99 difference. Now, if I watch a lot of Hulu and I'm watching a lot of commercials, I want to say like after a certain amount of time, you start seeing less commercials because you already like I don't know if there's like a quota they meet per.
You have
account.
an ad bank?
Yeah. So I think what's happening is if you are paying the premium, they're probably losing a little bit because you don't have to watch those ads. Whereas if you pay the cheaper amount, they might be making out a little bit more just because eventually all those ads that one person is watching is going to add up. But they want to push their bundle service more than anything. They want you to get the whole shebang and not just one of these apps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't know. What do you think?
I still think that Hulu is part of what? The Disney bundle?
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, they hate us because they ain't us. That's the biggest bundle out there. It's the best bundle. Like, you can't beat that bundle. And charging $1 more still has great value.
Yeah. It does. I even if it is $1 more, $6.99 is still a great deal.
Good deal.
And I know what they're doing. They're trying to get this. They're trying to get everybody on this bundle because you just look at the prices. But that's what it's saying. It's Disney is trying to get everybody to get the bundle, so that way you have everything encompassed. They're trying to push that package, which makes sense. Here's another one, and this one I wasn't aware of. We've talked about it, but I wasn't really. I didn't understand, and I was reading this, and I'm just like. So this is an old article back from March. Do you know the WWE Network app is shut down?
Oh, Cody shut down.
It's offline.
Why?
You know how they announced the whole thing that they were going over to Peacock?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we're not sure what that means. We don't know if that means it's also available at Peacock. Nope. They shut it down. They moved everything over into Peacock.
Does that mean they need a new app creator, a new app to be made?
No, they just didn't want to have their app anymore. I think what was happening was they were losing money. They were losing money with this, like keeping this app going. And it says here the WWE Network app will shut down in the US on April 4th. Where it's offline. It's like, you know what? I actually had the WWE Network app when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first thing is like, oh, you get your free pay-per-view, you get free this, you get some free backstages. And I think they launched it for WrestleMania. You know what was insane? Stephanie McMahon came out and said, welcome to the WWE Network app. Right now, we are currently in whatever city, and the time is, and she pulls up her clock, her watch.
Yeah.
And dude, she was doing this live. It wasn't a recording. It was live. And she was standing inside the arena where the WrestleMania is going to be at.
Yeah.
And she was like, in a couple hours, this arena right here behind me is going to get filled with people. And we want to give you, everybody who purchased the app, a first look of what we're doing to get set up. And then they showed like a lot of like behind the scenes stuff, like some of the fighters coming in or the wrestlers coming in. They were interviewing some people. They were talking to people. And dude, this was like raw, like people coming in and saying like, oh yeah, this is, best time of the year. Like you get to see, like, I'm wondering who I'm going to get to see backstage, because every time we're here, you always see people like Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan. You see all these old guys would love to take a picture with someone. Like it's funny how you see their reactions, you know? Like before the actual camera turns on, like how goofy they are, you know? I forgot who it was, but they showed somebody with their kids and they were just playing. And they were just making like fun of somebody else. And they were like, you know, just kind of like having fun. It's just like, dude, like this is so cool, you know? And not even a year later, they were saying how the WWE Network app was starting to fail.
Yeah.
And they were going to have to
Speaking
look
of
for
fail.
other solutions. Yeah, there you go. It was getting low battery. But dude, I wasn't sure if you knew this. I didn't know this. I thought they were running in Peacock and the WWE Network. I thought they were doing both. No, they shut it down, dude. Peacock is the only choice. This is the way.
This is the way.
That is the only way right now. I don't know how do you feel about WWE's track record of every time they start something new, it fails?
So can you not watch WWE inside of Peacock?
You have to go to Peacock to watch it.
Right. So why don't they just encompass the same kind of content that was in the WWE app inside of the Peacock app? One app to rule them all.
That's what they're doing. They're moving everything over slowly there. All their originals and stuff. I don't know if they're doing everything that they did from the WWE Network. I think they canceled a lot of stuff. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's not. They had a lot of original stuff coming from the WWE Network. And all of a sudden, it's not as much as it was. That's why I stopped watching, because I'm just like, it's the same crap, whatever. I'm out. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not a huge wrestling guy, so.
Yeah. So here's something new that popped up, and this is very interesting. Very interesting. We talked about this briefly, but this is very interesting. So remember the whole thing about Jake Paul versus Ben Askren? People were pirating it, and they were people were talking about it, and even other podcasters were talking about it. And it was just like, people were literally saying, I'm gonna pirate this. Or like, oh yeah, we watched this show on one of those pirated websites and we did this, and check this out. This is our reaction towards it. Dude, check this out. Check this out, man. This is why, like, you got to be careful with what you say or don't say, even if you're trying to showboat and you're just showboating and it's a lie. Check this out, dude.
Know your role. Shut your hole.
In May, so this article just came out in September. In May, Triller, not Thriller. If you don't know what Triller is the one that's hosting these celebrity fights. They're the ones that are broadcasting it and hosting it and stuff like that. And, you know.
Yeah.
They sued a popular H3, they're called H3 podcast.
H3. Have I heard of them?
For $50 million. They sued them. They sued another podcast team called H3 for $50 million.
Wow.
$50 million. Claiming that people behind it had pirated the Jake and Paul versus Ben Askren fight and displayed it on YouTube. In a scathing motion to dismiss, the defendants, the other podcast, described Triller's complaint as fatally flawed and a mangled and mangy mess, noting that they are fully protected under the doctrine of fair use. So what was happening here was they were... so H3 was talking about that they were that they're going to copy, they're going to pirate it. And they were actually, what's the word? They were reacting towards the fight. They were reacting of what happened.
Okay.
So they're saying, nope, this is fair use. We are allowed to react to it, but that's not what they're being sued for. They're being sued for because the copy that they're using is not a legit copy. So as part of Triller's legal campaign targeting people and entities that allegedly pirated this fight in particular, the company sued the popular H3 podcast. So this is filed in May. The two types of copyright infringement violates of the Federal Communications Act, FCA, conversion, and violations of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Triller said that the operators of the H3 podcast unlawfully uploaded, distributed, and publicly displayed the fight in a breach of its rights, causing damages in excess of 50 million after the unauthorized broadcast was viewed a reported 1 million times. This is where they're getting 50. There's about 1 million views on that video.
That is not $50 million.
How much is the fight? The fight costed about what, $60, $70?
Something like that. Let's say.
Okay, 1 million times 60.
Okay, but did they react to the whole fight in all its context?
Doesn't matter if it's one fight or if it's the whole fight. The thing is that it's a copywritten fight that they got a copy of, and then they put it on YouTube.
Like, what if they would have just taken a 30-second clip?
Maybe it would have been a little bit different, but that's still, I think for fair use, you have to make it where it is original if you are using somebody else's work. So check this out. Triller filed its first amended complaint naming TED Entertainment and the operators of the H3 podcast, Ethan and Heli, as defendants. H3 podcast was removed, but the claim for 50 million in damages remained. In July, Triller filed its second amended complaint which added Teddy's Fresh Incorporated, so it's another company from the same people, and 10 defendants, and they quoted Doe, like a John Doe, 10 John Doe defendants. It also cut the allegations of wrongdoing by half, leading the defendants to answer claims of copyright infringements, vicarious copyright infringement, and violations of the FCA. This is an ugly mess on what's happening right now. And Triller is saying the defendants used a bootleg video. Straight up. What they had was a bootleg video. I think what happened was, it sounds to me, when they were doing this reaction, there wasn't an official replay out there to watch. They didn't upload this to watch. And as you know, a lot of people that react to things typically will react to something right away. Like think about this. Shang-Chi is a good example. Shang-Chi just came out in the movie theaters. Yet there's people out there reacting to Shang-Chi showing clean footages. And I mean, these footages look like they have a DVD of some sort or a digital copy of some sort. The question is,
don't people use the trailers though?
Sometimes, and sometimes no. But here's the thing. How are you going to get a trailer of a fight?
No, I'm talking about Shang-Chi. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, Shang-Chi, you could use trailers. And most of the time, that's the case. They do use trailers, but some people don't. Some people find copies of it. But when it comes to fights and they're reacting to fights and the fight looks just as good as, I'll quote, a trailer, there's no such thing as a fight trailer. So where do they get this copy?
There are fight trailers, but they're not typically, in most cases, fighting the same person.
Well, yeah, but if they're fighting the same person, how's that a trailer? How are they reacting to these two people fighting and calling it a trailer? So their complaints And again, I'm not saying that they did the whole fight or a fight, but the complaint that Triller is saying that it was centered on the fight itself, the main event fight. According to the motion to dismiss, H3 Podcast spent 12 minutes of the podcast critiquing the broadcast in the middle of that showed 42 seconds of the reference video, which included 5 seconds exclusively of audio, 9 seconds of both audio and video, and 28 seconds exclusively of video. There you go with your seconds.
So it wasn't the whole fight.
It was a 12-minute video. They talked about an audio clip that they had for 42 seconds. And then the next thing was 5 seconds of 42 seconds of video, 5 seconds of just audio, and then 9 seconds of both, and then 28 seconds exclusively of video. So several minutes they were talking about this stuff.
Listen, all you guys out there, just be mindful of where you get your clips that you decide to show and share. Like, for real. Because, like, you might think it's harmless, but not everybody thinks it's harmless.
Yeah. So this episode had a lot of stuff in it, guys. And I mean a lot of stuff. So hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Anything you got to say before we start wrapping this one up, man?
Yo, man, thanks for all the support that you guys have been giving us, all the live streams. You guys coming out seem to enjoying the content a lot. We're still coming out with our, 3 episodes a week in audio and video format. Sometimes the days might be a little bit off because, it is the end of summer. Rojas and I do have a life. Unfortunately, we do have things that go beyond the streams. So make sure that you're leaving those thumbs up, the likes, the subscribes, the reviews help us a great deal. So if you're listening to us on any audio. Listen to me. On any audio platform for podcasts or music, make sure you leave us a review because it helps other people like yourself find the content that you enjoy. So thanks again, and make sure you make it out to the live streams every Thursday around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Beyond the Streams YouTube channel.
Smash the thumbs up. Do it now.
Now.
Get to the chopper. Oh man, thank you everybody for coming as usual. We're always here clowning around and pretending we're Arnold. And yeah, stay tuned to the next episode. We have a lot of crap coming, a lot of BS, a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff is getting real. Just be careful out there. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Peace
Peace out, everybody.